You're up, buddy.
So the playoff for third and fourth at the Singapore leg, live from the Yio Chu Kang Stadium. It's Korea in the white. And up against one of the surprise packages, China in the red, the traditional red and gold. So they'll be looking to show their wares against Korea as well. Ma Chong is strongly tackled by Oh Yoon Kyung, his first start of the tournament. Goes back to sweeper. Good strong running, and Park No-hoon doesn't use his arms on the tackle there, the big bulky centre. They drag the Chinese runner Chen Yong-chuan down. Fung gets it to Liu. Oh, missed tackle there from Ma Chong. Chance here for China. He's put his foot in touch.
Yes, I thought he did. Linesman was just a second behind the pace. No love lost, Mike, between these two teams, traditionally, culturally. A lot of history, and rugby's no different. And you can sort of sense, I was back there behind the posts during their warm-up, and they were quite energised, China.
Well, they've done well, and success breeds success, doesn't it? And enthusiasm. Who would have thought at the beginning of this leg they could get up and contest for the Cup semi-finals? If you look at their results so far, they were out in the bowl semi-finals in KL, where they had a lot of Chinese players playing in the China Games that weekend, as well as Hong Kong. Then they won the bowl against Chinese Taipei in Thailand, and then lost the bowl final in India. So, yeah, they've been competing down the bowl level, and all of a sudden they're in the top four. Brilliant effort from the Chinese.
Yep, they have arrived, as we knew they would at some point, unfortunately to the detriment of their 15-a-side schedule of games. I think they're now down in Division 2 of the Asian Five Nations, aren't they?
At least.
At least. But 14 training centres throughout the provinces of China, men's and women's sevens, such as the focus for gold medals. The Chinese Olympic Committee.
Well, the women's team have acquitted themselves well. We saw them in Thailand beat Japan in the final, and I can't confirm it, but I heard news emanating that they beat the Japanese again in Pune. Yes, an easy chance there for China. Wong Jinhua is dragged back before the try is awarded. He's called a timeout here. So what's he got? Has he got a word from the assistant referee on the far side? That's unusual.
Well, that is highly unusual, I have to say, because he didn't see him before the scrum was set. And there was certainly nothing untoward there at the scrum, nor the execution of the try. So it must have happened before the scrum was in the previous play. Well, everyone's a little bit bewildered, to be honest.
It's a long, drawn-out explanation, to be fair, too.
Well, you're a former Singapore referee, Mike. You didn't see anything.
No, it wasn't on my radar, Justin.
And that's rare that something is missed on your radar, Michael.
So it was just a little bit of obstruction back at the quick tap, I think.
Now, really, the try should stand, surely, you would think.
So now China, if they blow this chance, they'll be kicking themselves. The try was ready to be scored. Hopefully they can get justice here. Good leg drive there from Liu. Just meters away now. Out that comes through Su. Liu. It's Oh Ju Bin, I think. Wong Jinhua, in fact. A double round, and this time it's a chance again for 10 out wide Chen. And he's made sure of it, Chen Yong-chuan. So, yes, we just wasted 30 seconds of the game really there to score a try in exactly the same position.
Well, what surely, correct me if I'm wrong, the ruling is, but he should have just awarded that try in the first place as an advantage, surely.
Yes. Oh, it's been a long tournament for everybody.
I know you're defending the referees, and that's not suggesting otherwise.
I've come under pressure for praising them too much, actually.
Well, okay, we'll talk about the referees then.
Mike's rating system has been criticised by the refereeing Politburo.
Well, I'm here to even up the balance then. That was and should have been a try in the first place, and advantage to China. But anyway, they've got the try that they deserved, and as you said, it was a good effort by Chen. Seeing a lot more patience from China so far in this game. They're moving the ball well and efficiently.
Everything's looking a lot rosier for the Chinese.
And they look fit, Mike.
It's just a shame we didn't see this early on in the series. We had some woeful first couple of tournaments. Some nasty injuries, as I remember, in Thailand too, a nasty broken leg. Oh.
Well, as you say, it's a big jump bowl to cup.
Very much. And that's what happens when a country like China get it right. They've got playing resources and talent.
Nice ball.
Yeah, good attack strung together here by Korea. Oh, Yun Hyung takes it, but no, quick turnover. Fung Wenruo gets one round the air from Park No-hoon. He looks a little off the pace, Park No-hoon, and he'll be looking from a distance to see Chen Yong-chuang go over for his second try.
Well, Hong Jun-ki there in the middle didn't look up to it at all. Sorry, it was Lee Seong Bay. And China looked the more energetic of the two teams, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And you look at their Han Kun Yu just off camera to the left. He's limping, the front row forward.
So the kicker for China has success. Feng Wenru, in fact Liu Rizhi, gets the conversion. It gets China out to 12-0. So yes, we've got a couple of changes here for Korea. Hopefully that'll change their luck. Park No-hoon is one of the most experienced centres that Korea have, but he's just looking a little bit off the pace and probably not at his fittest, so they've dragged him off after giving away a couple of penalties. Just doing a count for the Koreans as Oh Yun Hyung goes off in the dead ball area.
Ma Chong with a good kickoff for China.
So let's see if this lineup change pays dividends for the Koreans. Good defence on Lee Gun-duk. Good pace from Lee Guang-min, and pops a lovely ball that was just slightly forward to Hong Jun-ki.
It was right in front of our commentary position, wasn't it? Kim Won-min, the Korean number 7, and it just drifted forward. The ruling now is what the refs or the ARB mean. If your hands and wrists are in the direction of going backwards in those line ball situations, not that that was line ball, and that is what the TMO will rule on.
Yeah, although as you mentioned, his momentum just stopped sharply, and sometimes that can look as though the ball is moving forward. So no argument there.
Oh, nice run.
Fung Wenruo, as one of the Korean defenders, has been held back by Chen. So we come back for a penalty to Korea, and Han Kung-kyu, who's not had a run so far in this game, I'm sure he'll be tapping and going himself shortly.
It was a little sneaky, really, wasn't it? It was almost a beautifully executed move down the short side of that scrum. Too good to be true.
So out they go through O and Lee, who's been strong. Lee Gyu-duk gives a poor ball to Kim Guo-min, though, who's left to do a lot of work on his own. They've held him up here too. It's a maul. And China come away with the ball. Good strength from Ma Chong.
Yes, he's impressive, Ma Chong.
I always think of the Liverpool theme song when I say his name, Ma Chong.
You are a genius.
I even sung it yesterday.
Well,
So that's...
I'm amazed that Sony Records hasn't pulled you in.
They have, they're talking to me. It's half time, and another upset in the offing here for China. The People's Republic of China. Haven't they done well so far this tournament? In the driving seat here for a third place position, 12-0 at halftime over Korea. The Koreans in white looking a little perplexed, but the Chinese have certainly had the upper hand both territorially and in the possession stakes, and deserve their 12-0 lead at halftime. So this playoff for third and fourth. Second half starts. China sadly haven't kicked at 10 metres, so Korea will get the first chance on attack here in the second half. And well, let's face it, if the Koreans could strike back early, still a game to be had here.
How many times have we seen that, Mike, that the kickoffs are not going 10 metres? It's just the simplest thing that must be executed.
And from one of the most experienced teams, we saw a nightmare from Japan in their semi-final. Still had enough in the tank to beat China, and China have turned this ball over. Oh, and round the outside goes the Chinese player Su Hai Liang, and too much pace on the outside for Han Kung Kyu. And China opened the account in the second half, and that may just put the game beyond doubt early on in the second half. What a turn up for the books. The Chinese with a third place position almost in their hands here, and the body language of the Koreans suggests that they're not coming back into this game. Su Hai Liang with a great try.
Absolutely key to score first after half time as quickly as possible, and China's taken the opportunity, and Su Hai Liang has really put another nail in the coffin for Korea. You can see the body language of the Koreans. They're a little bit shell-shocked by that, and the conversion as well, Mike, and that is a nice little buffer. Here we see it again on the replay. Just moving it through the hands, patient, gets around the defenders. Korean looking a little bit tired, but their big boys not coming up in defence, and Su Hai Liang just goes around the outside and then brings it around behind the posts. Good try.
Very impressive arc there. There's a beautiful high kickoff too from the Chinese. Koreans struggling, and it's gone again to Su Hai Liang. 2 tries within the space of 30 seconds for the flyer from China. And if you're a Chinese fan, you can get your celebration kit out now, because it's party time.
Well, Chinese New Year is at the end of January, and we're only towards November. But such is the improvement in this Chinese national sevens team. Really, as we mentioned earlier, they looked energised before kickoff. They were right up for this game against Korea, one of their old foes, as far as their rugby history is concerned. And they have really raced away with this game.
Gets the conversion as well. Gets it out to 26-0.
Well, you wouldn't have thought this score, Mike, at all.
No, and well, they keep surprising us, the Chinese. They beat Singapore after being down by 12 points, as I remember. They were 12-0 down, and it looked like the same old China. Then all of a sudden, boom, away they went. A 10-0 loss to Hong Kong, which is not a bad result, and then defeating the Sri Lankans.
And they're fit too. That's the other thing I noticed. They are far fitter than the Korean team, except for this fellow.
Here's a good break from Lee Yong-shen. Got support on the inside from Kim Hyung-soo, who's not held. He gets back to his feet, holds off the defender and gives it to Kim Gwon-min. And that's a great try from Korea, finally showing what skills they have. And Kim Gwon-min goes in for his 4th try of the tournament, but it's all a little too late, you'd imagine, with only 2 minutes left on the clock.
Well, they pieced that together well, didn't they? They ran straight, they ran hard, they moved the ball into space, drew the defender. Simple, basic rugby. Here it is again. Got away. Nicely done there by Kim Won-ming. And he got out the outside of Louis, the Chinese player, and that is what we should have seen a lot earlier. Nice play.
Well, it's cooling down nicely here at Yio Chu Kang Stadium. Of course, after this match, the big one, the showdown, the series decider, Hong Kong and Japan. What a clash they've had so far this series. It was Japan who took out the first leg with Hong Kong. Oh, there's another great try from Hong Joon Ki. So, well, maybe it's not all over yet. The fat lady better sit down again.
Well, China perhaps have just relaxed a bit too much. I mean, 2 quick tries. They've taken both opportunities well, Korea. And this is what we thought they were going to do. And look at that nice little dummy. The Chinese defence didn't come up as one, communicating, and Hong Jun Ki just seams through like needle, thread and needle, as they say. Good kick again.
Su Hailiang, the 2-try hero. Again, good interplay and a nice handoff from Lu Tao, who again has the legs to go all the way. The Koreans giving up pretty easy in cover defence. Lu Tao.
It was a very strong fend, wasn't it? He's hurt himself as he's gone down, and he's yelled out to the medic, "Magic sponge, please." Whatever that is in Chinese, I must look that up. And wasn't that a strong run, a strong fend, and he was clear.
Yes, and hasn't Su Hailiang played well? He's got 2 tries, but he's also broken the line on numerous occasions as well.
It's a bit deceptive on YouTube here on our commentary feed, but when I was standing there amongst them while they were warming up, I'm about 6'1", and about 3 of these boys were taller than I was.
And they've all got solid physiques, that's for sure.
Yep, they're a lot fitter than you and I are. Look at this, here it is again. Beautiful fend off, and he did Lu Tao. And they've all got pace to burn, this team, that we just haven't seen them play like this in previous tournaments.
Again, nice high kick-off. Gets his teammates under there competing, and the Koreans with another error.
Well, he's clearly been watching the New Zealand legend Tomasi Thama. That was very Tomasi Thama-like, that kick. Give your forwards some height and time to get over the 10-metre line. Of course, they've always got to be onside.
Well, that's going to be another aspect of this final as well. Hong Kong and Japan both amazing in the air. You'll see some battles there for possession as the Koreans get a free kick. Oh Hyun Hyun to Hong Jun Ki. Gets it to Kim Hyun Soo, who's slowly getting to his straps. Kim. Poor knock on. It's a turnover for China. They get it quickly out to Ma Chong. And Ma Chong thinking he's got the legs on the outside here, and he just might be right on Lee Gu Duk. But no, Lee's managed to shuffle him over into the touchline, and that's the end of the game. Well, haven't China done well? A huge pat on the back for them. Congratulations. As we mentioned, they haven't competed beyond the bowl in the series, and all of a sudden they're in the cup semi-finals, and they've managed a 3rd place position by beating the Koreans 33 points to 14, and that can only be good news for the future of China rugby. Final score 33-14. That's good.